at least the majority are looking to wait their May back in, not from the A side.
I feel this is such a critical angle to hold as well and be able to contest as the other playing out towards one side, but on site is where it's all going down. Angel and Shao get one back apiece so far, and at this point it's ring around the Smokey, it's two of them going back and forth, and it's a Boba to come out on top, secure and at least out towards Ruins here, a Rubble, sorry, and now we'll see what the push comes through like. On site itself, Navi have that control, it's Boo to fall, and I'm wondering at this point, Heretics are saying it's done and dusted and we're getting out of dodge.
Yeah, I don't know if there's even going to be enough time. It won't matter anyway because the Boba's landed the shot before they can even get anywhere near it.
Well, this Asian starts to come online. Slow progress so far. The Killjoy now rotating over to join them as well by the looks of things. And here we go once again. It's going to be that hit straight in towards B, and Kellogg's sliding down in front of Sugetsu and dropping him into the grave. They've got the B control entirely here, and Navi are now the ones that have to rotate back on.
I'll be interested to see how much of their attack side revolves around this B side. Back-to-back rounds, we've seen them go for after plants on B. Not the most common because it is probably the easiest of the lot to go for those retakes. Obviously in this round, not much of an expectation on the other side.
It is, now they've got to try and push the way through the wall, mind you, and it looks like they might well just try and go for it. They haven't been deterred by the harbor wall coming up, and here we go. Utility gets dropped in. Kellogg's is straight in, but Angel finds him first. Not before Zeke, though. Gets the train back on the other side. Out come the Seekers, too, as Heretics once again flood the site, and Navi are nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, upgrading some of the weaponry as they go, leaving this as a pretty awkward retake. A stack up of utility, one of the controllers already down, and it's going to be a tough way back in unless Zipan can maybe find something.
Really need to help themselves get something back on side here as well. So again, it's going to be a broke round otherwise coming out. Zipan does get the one, but here comes Zeke and Mixwell finding themselves two, and now it's Shao pushing in with a little bit of help coming out from the recon dart, but that is pretty much all he is going to find below half HP. Opts instead by the looks of it to try and hold on to this rifle, is going to back away. Are they okay over there?
This is what I love. We're right next door to the Spanish casters, who, by the way, are both, they're dressed in not only one with a Heretics jersey and the other with a Heretics scarf, but the second Heretics get like a big round, you could just hear them losing their minds. Very much enjoyable.
They're largely down on guns. Only Shao has a rifle to be able to contest onto this one, so really, Heretics should be able to blitz their way through. They find themselves one looking into a second, but Shao's there first, so he gets him into another, and finally Shao does fall. Rifle now in Angel's hands, and can he turn anything around? He finds one for himself, but that looks to be all that she wrote. Boo with the close.
Initial battle's that much more awkward, and now Shao's going to be the one under pressure again, just making their move towards this A site within the first 30-40 seconds of the round. And although the rest of the team are maybe being that little bit more patient, Kellogg's has got that control.
I like the aggression out of Shao so far. Got the dog quite early on, sent the owl round as well. The owl drone just looking for a little bit of information. Are they still pushing in through here? But now their worst nightmare comes to life. Out comes the lockdown, and that's another thing that we're going to have to see Navi worry about.
I think they've got to respect it. Seen it waiting around that little bit longer just to try and catch them. Doesn't really matter that he gets detained, he escapes, that's the main thing. Now the lurking Zeke in mid has been taken out, finally having a man advantage, but with the Viper's Pit now being expended as well, they are using everything on the Heretic side.
Understandably so, because again, Navi have invested so much in trying to win this round at the back of the timeout. Heretics do not want to give them an inch of room to breathe. Now Navi have found themselves a couple of kills back here, and may still be in with a chance, but can they play around these ults effectively? It's a 3v2, but Boo on the flank has got two. That's the kind of shutdown you're looking for.
The thing is, they're going to be so low. Already just spammed down by Boo, and as the pit drop.
All sat on sheriffs and pistols, it's just not looking like a good round for Navi. Basically going into an eco here, although one does come across, and I'm pretty sure they'll fancy Kellogg's rifle given the opportunity to collect it.
Yeah, this is a bit of a heavier investment from Angel. The rest of the team basically saving for the next round, but he invested into the Guardian, maybe trying to make this one that little bit more costly, but also gives them a bit more of an opportunity to win this one. Again though, at the slow walk up, but for once we actually do have a lurk coming through from the side of Heretics, maybe hoping that the presence on one side of the map is going to give them space elsewhere. Nice shot from Zeke, will drop one, and now with his teammate making that move in towards the seaside, potential realization that this is clear, they could have some space, but they're rotating forward into more and more players.
This is looking real good for Navi here again, playing on the lesser gun round too. Coming out pretty big, but the celebrity chance it doesn't go their way. Cena doing work with the Guardian into this round, and it looks like Navi have battled their way back in, even if they had to commit the Killjoy.
Angel wasn't expecting to hide in, and he's now been spotted as well. Information had for Navi to lose the round from here would be pretty incredible. Clutch out from Boo. 3 players all sat on the spike, just
all with
waiting
rifles
for
now
him.
as well. Really geared up and made sure to loot the dead bodies of the Heretic players. Finally, they will keep away from it, sorry. But here we go, once again, this pace from Heretics has just been frankly unbelievable, but they didn't respect that C-Nub was sat just inside a tree. And he gets the bite back, brings down one, still not full control of site established, but now Heretics have been forced to sort of back away and reassess what they want to do, and the answer, of course it is to split straight across into B.
Shock darts could do a lot of damage here.
If they know where this is coming in as well, and sure enough, out comes the as well, the Reckoning being dropped in by Angel, which makes this a little bit harder. The lovely threads of gold, which indicating exactly where the players are. Continues marching its way forward, and finally it's timed out. Is this a rotate off towards C? They're pulling out here as well, it's just a feint.
That's the thing, this has been the most expected of moves. The rest of the team from Navi are fully ready for any sort of C site execution. Instead though, it is going to be that hit towards the B site. After plant garnered once again, no ultimates available for either side that will likely change this round. They have to be careful of that spawn push though from Cena.
That's the problem, right? I mean, even with here, Zipan starting to get back into that form we saw on the previous map. Paranoia comes across, finds one straight through the smoke as well. Zeke elsewhere brings it down, and Bova into a second. It's a Bova against 2. Cena for Shao finds one for himself, but has now got a look for Shao. A rage of Bova! So across the entire map, their rotations through the back of the map. Maybe a little bit longer than what the attackers have to worry about when pushing in through the mid.
This time at least, it does seem like Navi have
I think in my ear, by the way, you are quiet, Spanish casters.
Okay. I'm a little bit calmer right now.
You are, I like it.
30 seconds left.
Feels chill.
All being taken. Pressure being putting in once again. Lockdown likely to force them back. And for Zipan especially, he's in a bit of a tough spot, I say that. He comes out on top. The push forward from Xiao, however, is not going to deem the same results.
They managed to force them all the way back in towards spawn here. Navi, all 4 players now gathering up here towards Heaven and trying to force their way. 1 down towards Pit, but also 2 on towards Short. It looks like they'll get away with neither. Smoking off in towards Tree at least for now, but it's Navi that have got all the work to do this round.
And the question is, did they really even go for this? They've got to clear a Bova, and that has been impossible. Zenet's going to find one, but the trade is instantaneous. And now he's the only one remaining versus 3, and we've already seen how filthy some of the afterplants will be. Not even getting that confidence up, and right now, well, they're playing some very, very clean Valorant. And on the other side of things, Navi are having to try and take some risks, and those risks are not paying off.
Trying to kind of shoehorn them in here with this harbour wall just inside the site itself to, 1, force them into the cross, and 2, expose themselves to the long angle being held out by the defenders. But that really is enough, it feels, to the side of Heretics. They've said, right, we know you've rotated players over, now's our time to push off and go and hit the A site. We've got the Viper of Mixwell in deep here as well, and able to do some damage, which means on Tree, there's only 1 player. TP comes through, but it's immediately cancelled out. It's Kellogg's to find 1. They simply cannot be stopped right now, Tom.
Yeah. Maybe not. Cast to Curse returns. 2 instant headshots from the Sheriffs, but again, they double back. Mid-round calls have been sublimed by Heretics, and another afterplant already.
All tucked in behind the wall as well. So difficult because in a way Navi have sort of hindered themselves on a push back through here, which makes it even more difficult to work with. I'm with you as well. I think the mid-round rotations coming out of Heretics, sublime just in their calls in this round to go from C to A to then split in towards B. Again, it's dragging Navi all around the map. They look a little bit lost here, like all they can do is go along for this wild ride as Zeke finds 1, and now they know the bottleneck is all coming in through this single little doorway. There should be an easy mowdown. Shao finds 1, instantly traded out, a 2 versus 1. I think Sogetsu knows that this round is done.
Yeah, nothing.
Is this really a C hit, or are they going to turn around in the last second? In fact, no, now far too much being committed. The space being made once again by Kellogg's as he just charges in, sliding on forward. Sure, Angel gets 1 back, but every time there is a kill for Navi, there is a player on Heretics there to take the trade.
And again, Viper's Pit available. Now Seekers might help them out. Actually, never mind.
Oh,
Viper's Pit gone. Spammed out by Xiao. A hugely impactful kill. Tiger also going to give away the positions of at least 1 of the remaining players. And in terms of ults, there's nothing left for Heretics. They're locked in by CNED And even the turret just being online lets him know that nobody has left. They'd obviously hear the door if they tried to go in that direction. So right now, at least, information is had by Navi.
Only the one player option to take out the Seekers there as well. Just kind of ask that question, okay, where is the second player? Not always needing to net to be useful to you, but that turret still stands. It's just waiting, and now finally gets to save it off as they move a little bit too far away. It seems that this is where Cnod now starting to look for his march on forward. Here comes the Hunter's Fury, spots one, an instant TP out as well, but it might well turn into a second. No, it's just going to miss. But here we go. This is the flank that we were looking for. I think they have absolutely no idea that Cnod is here, and he could ruin the round for them. Tries to go for a spray, just about finds his man. Boo's left standing, not going to have enough time to make this one work. As they try to spray through once again. In fact, no, all complete. Now he's got to win the 1 versus 2. But that's another Leo moment there. Shock Dart comes on through. Navi find their second.
Yeah, a big round from them. Again, a lot committed, and it at most points looked like that was going to be a Heretics round. Fantastic. And
being honest with you, with how stompy these rounds have been, it feels like they don't deserve that kind of scoreline. Like a 9-3 might be the one.
Oh, it's so aggressive from Cnod, but he gets nothing for it. They deny them completely in this early aggression, and Shao's just going to go for a miracle play, stucking them up with no friends left.
Yeah, one at least at range here, Angel. But I think we can see exactly which way this round is going, unless there is a miraculous 2v4. Angel goes nice and low. Still committing pretty hard, though, here on towards the A hit.
Yeah, they're going to double back instantly. The second the realization that there is both players on this side of the map, you can already just see Boo completely hightailing it. Actually not going to opt to pick up the orb, wanting the space more than the ult. But I guess if they give him the spike, they'll have that lockdown for post-plant, and wow, that's going to be a tough break for anybody on the other side.
It's interesting, given it was the Killjoy obviously about to come online, that would all but guarantee this round once they get it down, but for now, at least the commit coming in is to both players from Navi rotate away from A, temporarily making this a 2 versus 2.
Okay, well they're going to be denied by the Reckoning.
Okay.
They're actually
now it's time to
pushing
get
it
your
back. The thing is, the door being opened can now actually give the information needed for Saigetsu. This kill's for free, but it's based on Saigetsu just being in a bit of a surprising position.
We saw Getsu, as you say, a bit of a surprise, but the wall might do just enough. The thing is, they know that they've planted into the full spot so many times. This time doesn't even bother trying to spray through the wall to find his man. Instead, does he dare? Waits to go down, finds two for himself. Oh my god, Mabel has turned his back on its head, but he has no idea where Zeke is coming from. Gonna tap, looking the wrong way. Does he look high? On comes the alarm bot, nothing really coming off the back of that, but that's all the information that he needs to try and turn this on its head. But he's got a bait, and Zeke...
Nice shot from Zipan though.
You've got a couple of ults to play behind as well. I mean, let's ignore the Oma one for now and look more towards Soigetsu with the lockdown. That really is the big one here that might yet save them, but Boo has his online as well. So the two not quite cancelling each other out, but they are going to have a massive sway on this last round of the half. Use it or lose it, boys. It's about time to get it online.
A little bit of extra information available.
Again, it's that hit towards me.
Yeah, both teams having a lockdown. I wonder if there's going to be the counter from Saigetsu. There will be. Basically just having no impact. Both teams are going to be forced back off what they wanted, and this now makes things that little bit tougher for the side of Heretics. They're going to go quickly in towards the A site, trying to react to that lockdown that was put on the other side. Boo's going to try and hold them in towards tree. Two players ready and waiting. The flash leaves so many blind, but it's actually a good trade. In fact, Mixer comes out for three. That looked like a round where Navi had them dead to rights, but Mixer comes up huge. And now Saigetsu, 1v3 to try and get that curse.
Just when it looked for a second like Navi might have a way back in, Heretics slam the door in their faces. Soigetsu, he knows this one's looking pretty hopeless. Not too many ways of fighting his way back into this now with only about 35 seconds still left to play. And three members of Heretics bearing down on him sat on the sites.
So much still to do. No utility to play with a Mixo.
Okay, I mean, trying to make this one work out. The question is coming on the backside of it all as well, or do Navi get side control in time? You know, we saw on the defensive side they had no mollies, no real ability to slow down the attackers of Heretics, but on the attacking side, they have things like Shao, as we mentioned earlier on, the ability to do a good bit of work on this Sova. I really want to see them put this comp to good use. They've picked it for this reason. If it's going to shine, it's got to be early in this second half.
Yeah, well, it's got to be early or it won't be at all. They'll be running out of rounds to play with. Zeke Only going to be able to find one, and the problem is with these deep players, they have to clear this. Oh, an interesting peek from CNED. Maybe a little bit over-aggressive. And Boo just gifted a kill. This was looking like a done deal for Navi. Now, player already on the spike. They're not reacting to this at all. In fact, he's just going to stick it all the way. This is the Avova special, but he just goes down at the last second. They managed to deny. It was looking like another round where he was just going to defuse in front of the eyes of the opponents. He's been doing this for years, but finally someone stopped him.
The famous saying we have elsewhere, Tom, pros don't fake. They hold the whole way through, and he almost looked like he got it. If not for the right click coming out to deny it and put him in the dirt as well. Ooh, I mean, we saw Navi with a pretty crazy right click last week, but this one, not quite up to standard, but still enough to ensure they had the round going. So, with how things are squaring out this way, it's a good but shaky start for Navi, is the only way I can describe it. Didn't also stop, by the way. Wasn't even the right click that got the kill. It didn't help, but didn't get the kill.
You know, I don't know where he's got his binds to. Maybe he shoots with right click.
Tom, shut up.
Hey, there's been weirder things. There's been weirder things done by professional players, that's for sure. I'm sure there's still some pros that play with inverted mouse. We call those people wrong-uns. Okay, oh, that works too. They're used to playing, what, flight simulators,
I
maybe?
guess, yeah. Given that was around about 30 years ago. 30, 40 years ago.
I don't think we have anybody from 40 years ago, so...
No. No. Not the process.
But now at least, I don't think Avova's going to get anything with that aggressive position. And of course, this is such a minute investment. There's not really any expectation here. The shorty available for Mixor, I don't know how he's going to manage to make this one work. Unless someone gets very overzealous.
Sometimes you just need a little bit of inspiration. And I'm not really convinced he's going to find it here. He's going to back away instead. Like, yep, I saw that range. I'm not invested with this shorty in hand, so away he backs by the looks of it. Let's just go in for a big rotate. Off the bats he is, yeah, he's trying to go close on the side, so...
Worst case he dies to the spike.
Exactly, yeah, that's what he wants to look for here. If he really trying to donate away too many more all points, and then went on to go and lose the fifth. So Heretics, be mindful of them falling maybe the same way as CNET goes in deep. Who needs Kellogg's in this case still make these aggressive plays work, because so far Navi are marching on their way through. A 4v3 with the spike going down as the paranoia comes on through and they're forced to back away.
Yeah, they've taken so much control. This was the one foothold that was there for the side of Heretics, was at least keeping the room next to Broken Door. Come on now. 3 players looking to try and retake, and I don't even know if they are trying to retake. Kellogg's is all the way back towards that attacker spawn. I think they're just going to hold on to their weapons here.
They just want to catch exits maybe and try and capitalise off Navi trying to get off site and away from the spike. Not a terrible idea, but a couple of them now bats all the way away. You see pings coming in towards A as well on that expectation. Navi going to work their way out as a 4 here. Smart play too in case their trade is required. Get themselves away to safety by the looks of it. That'll be that round done. Navi up to 5.
Still an
Ability coming towards them. Nothing to suggest information is there and ready to be collected, but Angel marches on in, finds one for himself, seeking to a trade of over there too, and it looks like a bit of a crossfire on towards Navi, but they're coming away with as many of the kills as they can possibly collect. A 3 versus 2, and now just Boo and Mixwell to push it off the flank. And this could work out, they don't even know they're here, I think.
Yeah, wallbang is all they can really go for. Mixor's going to get it. 20 seconds now, the pressure back onto Navi. If they get it into an afterplant, it's a completely different story. They're going to have to reposition the spike, and in the meantime, we've seen a rotation coming through from the heavens. Boo not with the best gun, but at this range it's possible. However, Mixwell again is going to need a clutch.
Seen it with that shutdown finally warming into things. Had a really rough first half, and there he is.
His teammates already sectioned off.
See, I like that at least they're trying to make this early aggression on towards Navi and slow them down. That was missing a little bit in those first 4 rounds. And we touched on it near a game start, you know, the speed and the ability to support and work together there. You had a triangle of 3, all pushing aggressively in towards A main. It feels like it's done its job in deterring Navi away. The problem is, they've already had Kellogg's rotate straight over, so it's still the same player over here forming once again a unit of 3 to contest into them.
Early snake bite will delay. As you mentioned, having that extra control could be huge. And with Seekers being popped, the early rotation's actually going to tell them, okay, they are still going. in the direction of the C site. I'm more so looking at that reckoning though from Angel. This being thrown into C could cause some major issues for the players on the other side.
Time out as well. They have one coming in through spawn and towards the omen. They saw it and they followed it. So they know now that the full hit is coming in towards C. You can see a potential flank coming in, but that means really the attackers need to go quickly. They push it over the utility. Kellogg's had a beautiful chance at a 2 or a 3, but found absolutely nothing. A 5v4 for Navi as they push in deep here. It's a bit of a trade coming in on towards the back side, but Navi once again have full control, and Zeke on the flank towards Bound is all by himself.
First goes his way. Zipan tagged. A hell of a lot to do, but some lower players on the other side, and anybody giving him an angle can definitely risk this round. But you can see how passive the remainder are being. Just looking at watch on the cross. Counter flashes being thrown in, the angle being watched as well, and every single time he goes to the peak, he's just in the early stages of the round, they're just farming up those ultimate orbs, trying to deny that from going into enemy hands. Obviously a lot of them are placed favorably for the attackers. On the Heretic side, well, in a round like this, the only thing you can really do is be proactive. Flash, dodge, first shot clean, but Kellogg's is going to be able to get the trade.
Fair to say they've been a really good game so far on the Neon as well. I know we mentioned it several times over, but he's really making his impact felt when he can get really quickly. As you know, on towards Tree, Abova's there, ready and waiting. Great paranoia coming across, you can turn them at least slightly, but no! Soy gets him on the crouch, finds Abova.
Left down to the one rifle. Boo managed to retrieve it. I don't even know if they know that he's here, and he's actually been helped out a little bit by the utility of an opponent. Quick headshot leaves Xiao alone. The steps are going to be hurt by Mixwell. The sprint in towards the other side of the map. Now an afterplant here for Xiao could be huge because of that Hunter's Fury in a post plant. Definitely tougher versus 2, but he's going to want to try and isolate a fight.
That's exactly it. He needs to force out a 1v1 here, so needs to move aggressively. Try and find at least one player out, but they've made the perfect call. Mixwell, Kellogg's stack up together, looking for that trade and seeking out their prey. But for now, Xiao's backed away in towards spawn. They'll have a good inkling that he's pushing towards backside here, out towards spawn side. But I think, like you said, Tom, that Hunter's Fury being online, that's what he's looking towards.
He's still got full belt of utility. Shock darts as well, and they're looking completely the wrong way. Now that's all he needs. Just fall all the way back, throw in that utility, Hunter's Fury. Kellogg's needs to get this to half, and well, he's going to manage to dodge it. Now the time is kind of going to be everything. It's going to have to be the sprint back. I think he's got this one. He's just going to defuse it. That extra little bit of space will give it up. Well, one player detained, but it doesn't really matter. Nothing that can be done from the side of Navi, and basically forced back to their spawn.
It looks like a hard hit towards me coming in. Out comes the wall, in comes the push by the looks of it, but immediately smoked out. Not much that can be done. If they're trying to go deep, they've got the idea because flashes are coming through. Seekers on the follow-on through as well. Angel for a second was looking to go in for a challenge, but was backed away at the last second. And now they've got this side control. It's a big fight back for Heretics.
Zipan doing well to delay them. Drone going to be sent in as well, just using this utility all in post to try and hold them back as long as possible. I wonder if Kellogg's might even think of using the overdrive here just to try and take that little bit of extra space. The problem is they've been fighting forward, and once again with Mixwell falling, that's some extra space that can be held by Navi.
As the wall drops down, this is where the chaos really begins to, by the looks of it though. Heretics saying, yeah, we'll leave this one. We need these guns. We cannot afford to see this utility broke. This economy broke. We are so close here that we don't mind giving up at least the one round.
Yeah, good response. Angel.
Heretics, let alone look to try and beat them.
Is feeling that a little bit too close. Look at this push. Nobody watching that flank, at least initially. Very fast again on the rotation, but it's these entries in. Boo needs to get something that little bit more. It sounds harsh, but he needed to try and slow them down. Successfully, it seems that they now have a man advantage, and Angel goes back for more, leaving Xiao once again 1v2.
Oh, we've been here before, haven't we? Bit of work to do here. Last time around, Kellogg's pulled the rug out from underneath him and made it uncomfortable. Flash coming in from Zeke doesn't quite connect. Still has the gun up. Where does the push come in? No one yet rotating over towards Doran. In fact, they're stacking up together here. What he's got to try and do is isolate this into a couple of separate fights. Another one at close range as well. Bolt gets taken away. He's going to have to try and push on through here. Kellogg's for a second trying to bait out the defuse too. Nothing to come of it, and sure enough, Kellogg's once again wins out against Xiao. They're moving up to 12, but it feels like map 3 is all but upon us.
They had these close.
Xiao, one requiring a kill, one, absolutely not, but still putting the 2 points on the board that his team so sorely needs.
Again, they're going to go for the same aggression. Paranoia. CNED has just been blitzed. 3 players pushing him. And while the Seekers are going to spot the majority outside this side of the map, and Heretics, they fall off. They don't overheat, they don't overface, but they put the fear of God into the hearts of Navi.
I just like that composure as well. You find that entry kill, you know they're the ones who now, as in Navi this is, have to figure out how to make things work with just 4 coming up against 5. Let them sweat a little bit, don't go over greedy and try and turn this into a 4 versus 4 an accident. You know, I just like that they're seeing the bit of composure they've got. Loads of utils stacked up here around the A site, and by the looks of it, Navi are running straight into the trap coming out of this other side. You've got the swarm ready to go off as well. There it goes. This door also spins. Dog coming on through, and Mixwell gonna hold tight at least for now.
He's got Viper's Pit available. Might just opt to use it to try and slow them down. Reckoning will give the info. Kellogg's just tries to go through the smoke. He's been insta-headshotted. 30 seconds, and Boo finds a big kill, but they're going the other way. Once again, these mid-brand calls, but they've left Xiao behind. He's gonna sit in this corner, just waiting for them to cross. A free kill on the first, and Xiao is gonna get both, leaving him over to try and clutch this 1v3.
A 1v3 for himself. Oh, do not envy him being in this position, and sure enough, those Aldrons do force players back when they get scouted out by them. It's an easy bang through the wall, though, as down goes Avova.
He needed help from his step bro to get out of that one, let's be honest.
Very good. I thought they weren't encouraging this. What have you done, Yinsu? What have you done?
Why not? Why not? Again, late rotation back, but look at the read. Defenders are on it. Straight into the side. Mixer's already there. Of course, he doesn't have a lot to play with. Like, the expectation here is low, but he can buy them a little bit of extra time. Mixer completely blind in the corner. In fact, they're going to go running into the snake bite. Made vulnerable by it. A chance, but just off the time alone, this is starting to get very awkward. Trades back again into a 2 versus 2. Real potential here. Are they really going to go back towards the B site this late in the round? If they were caught for even a second, there was a chance for this to go off the time.
I just can't help but ignore that once again, it's Xiao and Kellogg stuck in one of these situations. Kellogg has had his number every single time. Xiao this time round finds him, but it's a 1 versus 1. 2 completely fresh players enter the arena. Who wins it out? It's Boo to close it down. Map 3 to decide which way this series goes.
Well, I have to say,